Captain, people are afraid.
I know we're not perfect. The whole world was wrong about you. We fight. I could do this all day.
Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So Black Panther is here. I combined all the bits of Black Panther from the trailer, and there was another trailer from the Kids' Choice Awards that I tacked on. There were only a couple extra scenes, just more Black Panther fighting. So let's break them down. I wanted to talk a little bit about the character, his history, and more importantly, how to pronounce the name. If you haven't read a lot of Black Panther comics, don't be afraid to try and say his name out loud. It's just T'Challa. It's very simple. The way I say his father's name is a little bit different. I know his father doesn't appear in this trailer, but he actually might be in the movie. His father in the comics is King T'Chaka. I say his name like Shaka Zulu. Black Panther also has a little sister whose name is way easier to pronounce. It's just Shuri. He also has an uncle who briefly wore the mantle named Sion. Typically, the mantle of Black Panther is worn in a patrilineage way, as in it's passed down to each king of the Wakanda nation. This next one might sound familiar too. There is an adopted brother who's named Hunter. He's an older brother, but he's still adopted. So think of him as the Loki of the Wakandan royal family. His name is the White Wolf. He wears a costume that looks a lot like Black Panther's, but it's white. He's the leader of the Wakandan secret police named the Hattusaraze. But as you'd expect, they do share that brotherly rivalry that Thor and Loki share. But it never gets quite as crazy as Thor and Loki, just because they haven't got as much time in the comics as Thor has. There's been way more Thor comics than there have been Black Panther. But a lot of that is going to be glossed over in Captain America: Civil War. This is really meant to be Black Panther's introduction, and because he is wearing the mantle of Black Panther, I'm wondering if before the movie picks up, his father will have died and T'Challa will have ascended to the throne of Wakanda. Option B is that his father is still ruling Wakanda, is killed in the Stanford incident, and the Winter Soldier gets blamed, so that's why Black Panther is going after Winter Soldier, because he blames him for the death of his father. By and large, what I'm expecting, though, is a lot of the internal mechanics of Wakanda will be relegated to the Black Panther solo film. This movie will only brush over them. Like, what is the core concept of Black Panther? Why does he have this suit? And why is he so much richer than Tony Stark? Well, the reason for that is because vibranium's so valuable. Imagine vibranium being like the oil of the Marvel Universe. But if it wasn't clear from this trailer, 1, he's outrunning Captain America, and 2, his suit is strong enough to deflect heavy bullets. Although it's probably gonna leave a few bruises. So why is he technically more powerful than Captain America? Super Soldier Serum not quite equal to the heart-shaped herb that Black Panther ingests. That's what gives him his strength and connects him to the Panther God. But think of his abilities as being just like Captain America's. All of his natural abilities have been heightened to extreme levels, but instead of flowing from science, it comes from an actual deity. Now, because Doctor Strange is introducing the idea of magic into the Marvel Universe, I don't really know if Civil War is going to address the Panther God. They might just tease that and then wait for the Black Panther movie to explain it. Just like a lot of superheroes in the comics, they have changed the way his powers work just a little bit. Like, there'll be times when he loses his connection to the Panther God, so he loses all of his abilities, then he regains them. New writers come on, they try to add complexity to the way his character works. So, currently in the comics, he also holds the title King of the Dead, and what that gives him is access to all the experience and memories and intelligence of the previous Black Panthers. So think of it in like a Korra Last Airbender situation where she has access to all the abilities of the previous avatars. Let me know in the comments though, what are you most excited to see from Black Panther and Captain America: Civil War? And how much of his family do you think that we'll see? Do you think we'll actually see his father? I would not be surprised if when the movie picks up, he's still Prince, his father's alive, gets killed in the Stanford incident, their version of the Stanford incident, then he ascends the throne and goes after Winter Soldier after taking the mantle of Black Panther from his father. Marvel's The Lion King, with the part of Scar played by the Winter Soldier. Chadwick Boseman is an amazing actor. It's going to be such a badass. I can't wait to see him. Think of him as like a slightly more badass version of Captain America. Way more badass African ninja version of Captain America. If you do want to read a really awesome Black Panther run that gets into the minutia of his day-to-day and all the weapons and stuff that he uses, Christopher Priest had a really awesome run. Now, just like a lot of Marvel's titles, they rebooted Black Panther, so also if you just want to jump on the new stuff, that's totally fine too. That should be coming out in the next couple of months. I think they're timing a lot of things to launch when Captain America: Civil War launches. But just to address another moment in the trailer that a lot of you have been asking about, Winter Soldier looking like he gets his arm ripped off by Iron Man. It looks like during this final fight, he tries to take out Iron Man's arc reactor, like during this fight, and Iron Man is able to rip his bionic arm off. People were going crazy this morning, but really it's not that crazy. You have to remember that Iron Man gets a new suit each movie, he gets a little bit more powerful, so of course as things look like they're at their worst at this point in the movie, like where Cap says, I could do this all day, that looks like it's going to be the very last fight of the movie. So there's going to be a lot of collateral damage and arms lying around on the ground. Do not forget though, new Walking Dead tonight. There's going to be a whole lot of comic book stuff, so be sure to subscribe to get that video. I'll post it after the episode airs. Not expecting any more Civil War trailers for a little while, but there will be some more stuff happening as we get closer to the movie. So don't worry, there'll be plenty more Spider-Man, plenty more Black Panther to talk about in the next couple weeks. While you guys wait for me to post that video tonight, you can click here to watch the Civil War trailer again, and you can click here for the Game of Thrones video that I just posted. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.